Yo, what is up, YouTube? Today we're gonna be leveling up, well, with a little bit of solo leveling.
Taking beans on beans, such a fiend for the ride, and she can't even see me, and she love it a lot. Yeah, acting free.
Solo leveling was so hyped up from the manga, Muska, Mickey Mouse, so my expectations were high, and damn, did they meet them. For the first 5 minutes with the random mages fighting the ants, I thought this show was gonna be trash as hell, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
I was really super close to turning off the show and putting on some Invincible Season 2. The next review. But I stuck it out, and I am glad I did. This anime is about a dude named Sung Jin Woo and how he is nicknamed the weakest hunter of all time. I'm not gonna lie, that's tough. I'm personally super competitive, so if I was nicknamed the weakest of all time, I would definitely be feeling some type of way. But his life changed forever when he almost got demolished in a dungeon. I'm talking
him, bodies.
And that big nun statue gave me nothing but PTSD from the Conjuring movie with the nun, cause that shoddy gave me nightmares for a week. I was walking around with a knife in my house running 440s to turn off the lights. I thought the concept of this anime was fire too. I love the way Jin Woo is able to level up and put points in each attribute category, and that he has daily tasks that if he doesn't complete, then he gets sent to the Shadow Realm for some punishment.
So I can't quit!
And when that man went into an S-rank dungeon, yeah! Man's barely made it out alive trying to go through the front door. That three-headed dog was tough. I can't even imagine what the boss of that dungeon's gonna look like. I also can't wait for next season where we get to see the Soup Ranked S characters start to see Jin Woo and recognize that he's Soup. And the character development from Jin Woo, he went from being a weak, timid, scared little character just trying to survive to a man that is ready to slice and dice and stand there on business at any moment.
My time has come.
Lee Joo-hee, or however you pronounce her name, she was lucky because she was fine, because damn, that bitch is trash. I thought she was gonna poop herself every other scene she was in. There was a ton more awesome characters and monsters in this show as well, but I don't want to spoil too much, well, more than I already have. The world building and the backstories that went along with it was a nice little touch, where they explained how the dungeons themselves worked and just how the dungeons worked in general, how they could escape if the dungeon hasn't been cleared in 7 days. The animation was simple but crispy at the same time, and I'm so glad that they didn't have these people calling out every power move, cause that shit to me is so annoying.
I'm gonna punch you really hard!
Overall, it was one of my probably top 5 favorite anime, but let's go and break down these scores. For story, I would give Solo Leveling out of 4 a 3.8 out of 4. Even though the concept could be seen as basic, I think the add-ons that go along with it and the way it was executed itself was pretty exceptional. For characters out of 3, I would give it a 2.6. I wasn't a huge fan of every character, the redhead and Jin Woo's little armor buddy over here, but for the most part, the bad characters actually made Jin Woo shine that much more. So it wasn't too bad. For production out of 2, I would give it a solid 1.9. I love the animation, and I am so glad they didn't call out every power move. That is my #1 pet peeve when it comes to anime. Like, bro, do not announce your move. That's like trying to do a sneak attack and yelling sneak attack before you do it. And last but not least, for music out of 1, I would give it a 0.5. I thought it was decent, but nothing that really stuck in my head all day that just stood out to me. If you add up all those scores, and I can still do second grade math, you would get a score of 8.8. There really is so much more in this show that we could talk about and dive into, because it really is an in-depth anime that has a lot going on with it, even though it technically has a simple concept. So if I were you, I would head over to Crunchyroll and see what Solo Leveling is all about, because I promise if you haven't, you're probably just sleeping on it. And if you have seen Solo Leveling, let me know what you thought about it in the comments, because it's always fun to me to see y'all's responses and pick your brains apart. As always, make sure you like and subscribe if you are new to the crew. We are on our road to 10K subscribers, and we're hoping to do it by the end of this year, and I cannot do it without you. And make sure you grab your life by the throat and start leveling up, my boy, because you're on your dolo. Solo. Deuces.